Foresight News, and I'm Sean Kennedy. Have you thought last week's show, our great Golden Gigi Award show, was a turkey? Wait till you see who gets the turkey this year, or week.
This week we have the Satellite Television Industry's Turkey of the Year award going to the Video Cipher 2. What we're going to be showing you is 3 methods currently available. Approach of the 3 Musketeers. Later on in tonight's show, I'll be showing you another 3 Musketeer method along with a clone chip.
So, I think that answers the question out there. Is it broken or not broken? It is broken. We're going to show you later on tonight how it was done, or at least some of the methods it was done. But before we do, I think we would... before we start.
Well, what we want to say basically is we don't want to have to tell you this tonight. We don't want to... we never wanted to be in the position where we had to tell you how you can do this, where you can find it, and how much it's going to cost. Because there's a danger for any consumer out there who decides to buy one of these methods. You have to understand that you're taking a risk.
And that's been almost a whole year not coming to grips with the problems. I suspect they'll continue to go along the same way, saying it's not really broken and it's just a dream, a bad dream. Probably the Motion Picture Association will come along and say it's not a bad dream and they have screwed you up and you better do something about correcting it.
Of salsa. I'm going to slice up the avocado into sort of like centimetre, well, same size as tomato.
System, and it has just germane to the subject matter. The Oak system, as some of you may know, has been put under a new tier of encryption by Oak for ANIC. And some of you that have the Westar chip are finding it's not working right now. Well, Westar has found a way around the situation, and that product will be made available on tonight's show as well.
Wake you up. It's brilliant.
Well, why get involved with VC2? Because they're just going to figure out a way to turn you off. Well, the great scientists out there will find a way to turn you back on.
And this could keep going and going and going until the prices become a little bit more reasonable and everybody can get what they deserve. You can get programming cheap and the programmers can get the...
This means, you know...
And we're starting out with Bob.
National Satellite Communications has opened yet another door to the satellite industry. NSC, your full-service distributor, with offices in Clifton Park, New York, and Orlando, Florida, now returns to New York at Newburgh. Rely on the NSC computer network to link nationwide warehouse inventory while supplying both service and dealer support on a local level, all to ensure the NSC commitment, providing the highest quality service available. Remember NSC and their newest location in Newburgh. Contact them at 1-800-323-9486.
Cooper has done it again. He's compiled everything.
Being stodgy, it's kind of more like...
Nowatzka durch niederes Volk ersetzen lassen. geht Italien nicht zu.
Ich halte ja die Luft an. Und wie halte ich die Luft an, wenn ich bin?
Wirklich, alles tut man für euch. Man lässt sich sogar herab, die Einladung dieser fremden Landsknechte anzunehmen, nur damit ihr Gelegenheit habt, mit euren reichen Standesgenossen zusammen zu sein.
Frau Mama, bitte nicht aufregen. Sie platzen sonst.
Ach, das fehlte mir noch. Das ist noch mein letztes
Where's
Festkleid.
the source, and that's important. Scramble Facts newsletter, available by airmail today. Just call area code 305-771-0505 with your Visa or MasterCharge card handy.
Gott sei Dank, Mama. Ich war
Years
hier
ago.
zu.
Precise, if you're writing this sort of thing down. I sat here in my living room on Providenciales in the British West Indies, and I displayed a chip-on-a-clip device, which I said allowed one video cipher to share its authorization with other units. And this is that clip, and this is... He describes himself as a chicken coop engineer. That's coop as in coop, not as in Cooper. He says that describes his 30-foot by 30-foot workshop, a former facility where chickens could roost and do whatever it is that chickens do. He says his total investment in this chip holds
Der nichts als Fantasien hat, kriegt Minenmann, wird niemals satt.
Mir ist ein Junge Goldfasan weit lieber als ein Mann. Wie kann man nur so wenig sein? So prosaisch sein?
Now, what does this chip do? Our chicken coop inventor says it will plug into the U30 slot in the video cipher, and if you are off, such as CNN, it will cross-authorize or approve your receiving other scrambled services. Means that if you had a video cipher and you had paid for CNN, that if you plugged this chip into the U30 socket, after you did so, you would then receive HBO, Show. This is called a Three Musketeer chip. That means it's a one-for-all and all-for-one device. You pay for one, and you get them all. Well, I tried it, and it worked. Video cipher we tried it with was already authorized, as it would have to be for at least one service. Ours was already authorized for...
Na, in Dings da. Ja, wo war's doch gleich? Da ist ja, Schwamm drüber, ist ja ganz egal. Irgendwo. So war...
Wait a minute. What is this, I said to myself. However, we waited. We waited about 3 minutes or so. And finally, we did actually have descrambled showtime. Chicken coop inventor what we saw, and he promised to correct the problem. He did that. Chip. Are trying. They're trying very hard. And you, as a consumer, are being asked to send off your video cipher on chip that you are promised will unlock your descrambler. You're being asked to do this in the mail. Well, I worry. I worry about sending money off in the mails to some post office box on an island. I worry a lot. Now, I have nothing against people who create things and twice or thrice. But it's not quite there yet, that chip. So how do you keep from being sucked into some plot to separate you from your money? Well, you could keep your money. Don't order anything. Of course, if you do that, but you continue to own that descrambler and you continue to send money,
It's a great way to use up leftover
each and every month, you're still, in effect,
MP? Push! Me! Thump! Cheek! Rock! Rock! Cheek! Go! Rock! Pitch! Ah!
Well, back in 1979, when this home dish business started, we had similar confusion. We had confusion about home dishes. We didn't know how to spell scrambling then, but the home dish itself was a very mysterious black magic box, and there were a lot of thieves out there in 1979. People who would take your money and maybe not send you anything, or send you a useless
Ein Patriot wie ihr.
chicken coop in Arkansas. Well, to settle that in 1979, to try to put everything on the table, I created the first...
Number 2. Tekinirang, also called straddle leg stance number 2.
conference. I didn't say show, I said conference. In fact, I like one other word even better than that. A scrambling summit. A summit. And it's going to occur, pay close attention, it's going to occur for 3 different periods in the month of January, and here are the details.
3 sessions between January 14th and 22nd. The first session is January 14th, 15th, and 16th.
People per session, period. 100 people per session, that's all. Number 4, you will be taught. I say this with the assumption in mind that you will come. You will be taught how the scrambling system works, how the descrambling system works. More important than that, how it has been broken. You will be taught this by the same engineers who have created the clone and the musketeer and the other chips to date. Number 5, this is important. Pay close attention, said he. You will be receiving as a part of your registration 4 chips. These 4 chips presently have a street value of $1,400, according to my calculations. You will also receive guidance on how to treat the chip or descrambler business as a, here's a new word, profit center. In other words, how to make money with the chips. Number 6, you will also receive seminar instructions. Law, very important element.
At regular speed.
call on the telephone your questions and sign you up to attend the Descrambling Summit. Lest I forget, I want to remind you, you will receive 4 SD. Call 1-800-351-8261. 800-351-8261. That
in slow motion. Kata uses a hip rotation for blocks and hook punches.
I believe that's where the answers will be.
Well, Bob, you're going to have to get up here because the old chicken coop has got some new stuff he wants you to take a look at. We are told that the chicken coop very well may be a functioning chip, and we were going to be taking a look at it later on in this week. There isn't much time left in this week, is there?
Teki Nirang. I'm now doing Teki Nirang from a side angle at regular speed.
Here on the air for the people out there to take a look at.
And you know, one thing I'm very grateful for is the amount of effort Westar spent this last week damage that Oak made on their product. As many of you know, Westar broke the Oak Orion Summit for some time, and Westar only took one. Even so, you're going to hear out there that MACOM is going to be able to turn you off. Rest assured that there are many more brighter and quicker scientists besides those at MACOM and GI that are going to figure a way out.
Be hearing from here on out is modification.
Yeah, I don't, we're told that there is no way to modify. There's nothing they can do with the Three Musketeer method. But we've been told a lot of things in the last year, haven't we? So let's get on with the rest of the show, right?
Right, we have the news coming up, and then don't forget, we'll take a look at another Three Musketeers ship and the clone.
Be right back.
It's the bargain of TVRO, no joke. For $20, Coop will send you the next 3 issues of CSD, an $18 value, a copy of the 180-page CSD 5th anniversary issue, the complete unabridged history of home satellite dishes, the who, where, and when of the satellite industry. For the serious dealer, it's worth its weight in gold, a $15 value, and a CSD green sheet advertising listing. Advertise your used or new surplus.
For a limited time, if you purchase both the parts kit and the circuit board, one of Boresight's anonymous loyal viewers will send you a copy of their instruction and assembly book, a $30 to $50 value, absolutely free.
And Bag of Parts now has a new home.
Today's top entertainment. Look no further. 26. Call 201-446.
Arbeiten hier eine kleine Kneiperei veranstaltet haben.
Black box. Those of you who have not yet responded, we have some exciting news for you. Did you know that there is now close to 30 companies out there working on audio for the Black Box Solution Box, and they seem to be getting very close. We have been contacted by several companies informing us that their audio board is nearing the production stage. Now the bad news. In order to use these up-and-coming audio boards, you must have a black box. We at Sparks Unlimited Incorporated will build this box for you. To order, call 512-257-2196, 8 to 5 Central. Order now to avoid the rush.
And this is the first story for this evening. Oak Communications has altered the Orion satellite scrambling stream to render the Westar chip unusable. Westar reports that a modification is now available to correct for Oak's latest move. The modification of a legitimate Westar chip can be bought for $25 from Bag of Parts or Westar Technologies. A modification for a counterfeit Westar chip will cost the consumer $75.
On January 1st, 1987, cable becomes a deregulated business. 78% of cable operators will raise basic rates at least 18%. Some say they will increase the prices paid by cable subscribers.
Die Universität zu betreten! Was verboten? Ihr habt uns belogen, Burschen! Oh. Ihr seid verhaftet!
$1,190 in the dealer rental program. Satron has taken their money but not delivered. Sales division says the company is not filing for Chapter 11 and they plan to honor prior commitments. He says that 60% of those calling into Satron are willing to be patient. It's a good one. Satron's idea was first presented at the Space STTI trade show in Dallas.
We offer a complete satellite rental TV program. It's designed with two benefits in mind for a satellite dealer. One is a stable, consistent cash flow based on the fact that as rental income comes in, it begins to accumulate. And the other is a traffic draw. It seems to, with the scrambling issue, that requirement seems to be able to increase telephone traffic by 200 or 300% in the dealer.
Contracts until the old ones are honored. Mr. Gordon attributes the current financial problems to the separation of Satron from parent company.
Die Tour kennen wir, aber genau kennen wir die. Ja.
Now, one of United Vid... 11 horizontal. Previously, the network had been seen on 10H.
MTV is going abroad, and Vice President of Affiliate Affairs Mark Booth says there are 1 million potential MTV subscribers in Europe. The European program will be ad-supported and probably not scrambled.
Coming up after these messages, news on how it's hard to get a Western bird into orbit.
And the #1 cable operator gets bigger.
Stay with us.
New.
.303 transponder 11 horizontal. Previously, the network had been seen on 10H.
MTV is going abroad, and Vice President of Affiliate Affairs Mark Booth says there are 1 million potential MTV subscribers in Europe. The European program will be ad-supported and probably not scrambled.
Coming up after these messages, news on how it's hard to get a Western bird into orbit.
And the #1 cable operator gets bigger.
Stay with us.
New from Canada, a black box with less than half the parts. The Decipher 2 decodes the video portion of any VC2 encrypted signal, and it uses just 3 IC556 timer chips. So you can build it yourself. A detailed instruction book and board are now available, including complete schematics and parts list.
G-ing. Here I'm doing G-ing at regular speed.
.5616 and send your equipment out today.
Is this what your customers see when you turn to Galaxy? Well, not anymore. Now you as a dealer can access any VC2 scrambled programming in your showroom with the chip. Show your customers clear video-only scrambled channels on all transponders without violating copyright laws. The chip also allows you to illustrate all the special features of the VC2 with a full screen display of its setup menu. $49.95 will give you, the dealer, the ability to actually turn on the video-only portion of the VC2.
Denkmal für Oberst Ollendorf. Ein Denkmal für den Helden, der eine ganze Stadt zum Lachen bringt.
Ach, mein Kopf, mein Kopf.
To order, call Boresight Boutique at 201-562-0080 and make seeing satellite a lot easier.
Enrollment at freecreditscore.com.
Verzeihen, Euer Gnaden, wenn ich es wage, untertan ist, mich in Ihre Unterhaltung zu mischen.
Wie?
Anniversary with increased profitability. 1986 revenues totaled $15.4 million compared to last year's $10.6 million. Net income this year amounted to $1.28 million or 12 cents per share, and this was a marked improvement over 1985's net loss of $849,464. FNN attributes its financial growth to an increasing international presence and FNN Score, which is a sports information program. Starting out their 6th year as a home shopping network called TelShop and a 24-hour ticker tape.
With the best-in-class fuel economy, engineered to move heaven and earth.
Expected to begin launching the backlog of communications satellites by February of 1987.
Das verlangt Strafe. Das verlangt eine exemplarische Strafe.
Ich hab's.
Zum
9:04 and 12:04 this evening.
Following ITEL's plans to acquire Annixter for $510 million, Standard & Poor's placed $42 million of Annixter's debt on the credit watch list. While Annixter has healthy profitability, ITEL has been characterized as an asset-intensive business recently emerged.
TCI buys again. This time, the #1 MSO was based cable operator Cablevision Service Incorporated. The new acquisition gives TCI an additional 4,400 passed homes.
Scientific Atlanta has found marketing home TVRO product is a
nie geschlagen, überall hoch verirrt, durft ein Weib zu mit Mühe kann erreichen, nicht zu zeigen, wie zumute. Name spaßhaft ohne Gleichen, doch der Sinn im Blute. Und wenn den Grund man hört, nicht der Rede wird, was ihm widerfahren ist. Hat sie ja nur auf die Schuld.
On 11th, another dealer seminar held.
Passiert! Aber so etwas noch nicht! Aber so...
And that's this week. With us
Thank
tonight.
you, Karen. Nice to be here.
And we have a lot more of Boresight news, so please stay with us.
New from Canada, a black box with less than half the parts. The Decipher 2 decodes the video portion of any VC2 encrypted. Uses just 3 IC55. So you can build it yourself. A detailed instruction book and board are now available, including complete schematics and parts list with Radio Shack. All for just $35 US. Send check or money order to Valley Microwave Electronics, Nova Scotia, Canada, BOS-1BO, or call 902-467.
I've been working with the Sheriff's Office, starting in the Search and Rescue Unit for 21 years.
You know this, but now we have an upgraded version. This is the latest from SOAR, and what it includes, besides the auto ranging, is now we have a manual range, and we also have a beeper function, and we have the much larger LEDs to make it much easier.
The young man.
Of the auto rangers. Okay. Just get it on here. There we go, 147 ohms. This is now in the auto range mode. And now we're going to test the battery. But let me show you how the manual mode works. Okay, right now it's in automatic mode and in AC. If we just flip it to DC and just hit this button right here, we can press it again, and we just start moving the decimal point over. Now we're in the 1 to 10 volts. Take an ordinary 1.5 volt battery, and there it is. If you have to make fast measurements, that's what you would use the the manual ranging mode for. So it'll settle down quite a bit faster. Okay, let me show you the AC now. We'll do this one in auto mode. Okay, right now it's in auto mode.
Hot. Coop. Jup. Ish. Me. Stomp. Chi. Go. Roll. Each. Hot. Come in. make your kata.
Panasonic's 30th anniversary rebate sale, up to $150 back, ends soon. It's our way of saying thank you.
Six audio channels, full digital compatibility, film quality sound. Shock your senses.
Manufacturer, distributor, programmer, publisher, and dealer, a public awareness campaign. Dealers, make your move.
Zero in on your target consumer and purchase the zip code for that area.
Once the commercial is funded, you will see the results.
Including a...
Das ist der Enterich. Oberst.
Manufacturers, distributors, programmers, and publishers use the brochure as a promotional tool.
6 audio channels, full digital compatibility.
Aber von seinen Millionen werden Sie doch gehört haben.
$50 back, and soon. It's...
Well, are you ready? Is the industry ready? Is MACOM ready? Is cable ready? Is programmers ready? Are they all ready? And most importantly, is the Motion Picture Association ready for this? Because what this is a broken VC2. There no longer is a requirement for you to pay for services that you feel are overpriced. Unfortunately, you're still going to have to pay the $400 for the decoder, and you're going to make some people rich by paying $250 to $400 for a system that breaks the VC2. But that's the price you got to pay if you want to cheat in the world. Are you cheating? I don't know. I can't answer that. You're going to have to answer that in your own head. Is it fair for the programmers? Is it fair for cable to force to make you pay for something that is truly overpriced? Is it fair for so many satellite dealers to be out of business because of this? Maybe it's our turn to get even. Well, 2 people have found a way for you to get even, you, the consumer. I'm about to show you. Here's a method by which one VC2 subscribes for everything. And that ID number that subscribes for everything is then put into as many as 1 million other VC2s. The other 1 million don't pay, just that one pays. The disadvantage to the clone is if MACOM finds the number out, they're going to turn it off. As we've suggested here on Boresight, if you want to get around that, then what you could do is put 100 different numbers and 10,000 different chips, making it virtually impossible for MACOM to get all of them. Whether or not this person that has cloned this chip and is marketing it for $400 is doing that, I can't answer. I have a problem with this particular company at this time. Maybe their attitude will change. Maybe you're gonna. There's an epoxy one down here as well. There's also epoxy on the back and up here. For those of you that are familiar with auto body work, you might also know this as Bondo, which is exactly what it is, not epoxy at all. Extensive amount of work, making this board virtually unable to ever go back to Maycom for repair, should it be necessary. So it makes it necessary for you to find someone out there that can fix these boards, should it be necessary. It does work, and we'll show it to you in a minute. The other method, which is one Bob talked about earlier, that is the Three Musketeers. And it works, I don't know how. But all you do is you have the chip installed, or you install it yourself in your VC2 board.
Make your. I will now do other view from the side view.
How you'll remove a board, what chip you're going to change, and what you have to do. Before we start on our minor surgery,
Panasonic's 30th anniversary rebate sale, up to $150.
we are on Channel 9, Galaxy, ESPN. We go to 7, and you can see it is indeed scrambled. And we put up our setup and our installation. You can see our ID. You can see we're not authorized. And that's that. What we're going to do now is show you how to change the board. I recommend unplugging the VC2 for this operation. However, it really isn't necessary. You remove the 6 screws in the back. And let me just take out this last one. They're a small Phillips head, easily removed. As a matter of fact, I must compliment Maycom. I have done this once before, I believe, on how easily they made this unit to service. You take off the back cover and you slide out. There's 2 thumb, whatchamacallits down here, raised, and you remove your board. You remove the screw. This one, haha, does not have the screw. This is the newer one that doesn't have the screw, nor the don't remove sign. It's been moved over here. This is the place where you're going to void your warranty. Now, unfortunately, you are going to void your warranty, but we understand there's a company shortly that will be marketing this exact tag.
Thank you, Canada.
It's going to be like $3 or $4. Now let's see if it works. By the way, I would like to thank National Satellite Communications for tonight's show. And we do indeed appreciate their incredible service. And we heartily recommend them, besides the fact that they're an advertiser of Boresight. They're really nice people. Certainly they wouldn't condone any of this. Okay. There's...
Die Polin hat von allen Reizen die exquisitesten bereit. Womit zum Geizen bei ihr als ein Bouquet erscheint. Die Nase hat sie griechisch-römisch.
Showtime East.
Film
Let's see what it says when we put it on setup.
Shock yours.
There's the ID number. You notice it continues to change all the time.
Kanku Show.
Yet, because I'd like a little bit more security from the people that make this chip available, or this board available actually. You have to board now for about 7 months. $250. And what
performing and narrating the following katas. Kankusho kata is a higher version of Kankudai. Kankudai must be mastered first before attempting to perform Kankusho.
Now, I don't know what they're doing with their ID numbers that they require you to send. I suspect they're taking very good care of it, so you have some degree of protection. I know those of you that have ID numbers, because we really didn't want you to send them to us here at Board Alpha number, for the cloning operation. Available to anybody. The beauty of this is that should you ever have to send your board back to MACOM, you can very simply send it back to me and I will remove your chip, your IC socket, and install your old U30, and no one will ever know it's been changed. But I'm sneaky.
Six audio channels, full digital compatibility, film quality sound, shock yours.
Panasonic's 30th anniversary rebate sale.
And he'll lift half the traces. But if you're halfway good, you can do a pretty good job. The best way to do it is to use an automatic desoldering machine. What that does is heats up the solder and has vacuum suction at the same time. That makes it real easy. If you've got one of those, you can pop this U30 out in 5 minutes or less, put the chip back in, and solder it back up, and you're all set for business. Well,
Panasonic's 30th anniversary.
ein sauberes Pärchen.
Me in your chipset in the black plastic.
Digital compatibility, film, sound, your senses.
Degree of credibility with this, integrity with this board. On top of that,
Wo ich geworfen habe. Sieh, da greift zu.
the Satron story we aired earlier tonight, there's a lot to that story. It's that rental company that has a lot of you dealers who've sent them money. We need to know more about that story. Review the show. Place in the Turks and
Six audio channels, full digital compatibility, film quality sound, shock your senses.
systems you have installed? If so, you need the Satellite Troubleshooter Guide. This book contains 300 pages and 12 chapters of easy-to-read, step-by-step troubleshooting charts that will help you solve your problem in the field or on the workbench. Featuring famous brand receivers, also has defect TI interference with the aid of filters and artificial shielding. If you're someone interested in TVRO and need this book, purchase your book. Call area code 205-681-5200. K-Textile Communications, Birmingham, Alabama, or call the numbers again are area code 205-231-9219, Savannah, Tennessee, Bellis Electronics.
Soon, it's on.
It's the pit, the art of boxing, a real brain drain until new Instant Box. Instant Box? Instant Box. Just cut, wrap, squeeze. Yeah? Just cut the size you need, wrap, and squeeze.
Stop! Let me see that again.
Just cut, wrap, squeeze. Yeah? Just cut the size you need, wrap, and squeeze. Instant Box. Strong, neat, sticks only to itself.
Cut, wrap, squeeze.
Instant Box.
And that wraps it up.
Now you can have the convenience of this revolutionary packaging product. For 3 rolls, send $8.94.
Leiser kann ich. Nicht stören wir.
Invited.
Six audio channels, full digital compatibility, film quality sound, shock your...
Seigneur, wie seine Durchlauf?
Na, allem.
Hey, not quite live from Long Island, the trash compacting capital of the world. It's the Cable Tech Shopping Network. And here's Tommy.
Hello, and welcome to the Cable Tech Shopping Network. I am your less than simple host, Thomas Gilpin. Now, you know the rules to this game. We show you a product on the screen, you pick up your phone and buy it. And that number...
Yep. You, Canada.
Wo sind sie nur? Wollen wir nicht lieber...
Nee, nur keine Angst, Freunde.
High-tech, high-performance, affordable satellite receivers. The Chaparral Cheyenne. Call the Cable Tech Shopping Network at 1-800-628-2828, extension CSN.
The Cheyenne is a full-featured satellite receiver featuring extraordinary video quality and remote control. It retails for $9.95. The Cable Tech price is just $5.75.
Call the Cable Tech Shopping Network at 1-800-628-2828, SN.
The Cheyenne is a system that is C and KU band compatible. Integrated receiver and motor drive on